Konnichiwa minasan. Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japani, my YouTube channel of Japanese lessons for beginners. Today is lesson 48, in which we shall take a close look at two of the most commonly used expressions in day-to-day life in Japan, kudasai and onegaishimasu. These two are very close in meaning, yet there are certain differences in their usage. Mata irashite kudasai. In the last lesson 47, we talked about this expression while discussing about a conversation between a shopkeeper and a customer. That in Japan, when a customer leaves a shop, the shopkeeper says, Mata irashite kudasai, meaning please visit our shop again. Mata irashite kudasai is also used when a guest leaves someone's house, in which case it means please visit us again or please visit our house again. So we left at this point in the last lesson. When a guest leaves someone's house, then sometimes the host also says Okio tsukete kudasai. Here you can see Okio tsukete kudasai, which means please take care of yourself or please travel safely or carefully or please reach your home safely. So this is a common expression that we often use while bidding farewell to someone before when someone leaves our house basically. So o kiyotsukete kudasai. So this is another application of the word kudasai. So here you can see the first o is the vowel o and the second o is the particle wo. This is basically wo and pronounced as o. So both are giving the same pronunciation of O, but they are different. This is for the honorific prefix and this is the particle O. So now let's come to today's topic, kudasai versus onegaishimasu. What's the difference between the two? Both kudasai and onegaishimasu are used in Japanese to request or order for something politely. As independent expressions or words, both kudasai and onegaishimasu means please. In the usage of kudasai, the particle o often follows the object or the noun. When kudasai is used with a verb, it then means please do this work for me. So in this case, there is no object as such. There is no object or noun associated here, but there is a verb. That is, please do this work for me. So it becomes a verb since the work is a verb. For example, chotto matte kudasai. So we shall look at this expression in detail in a later slide in this lesson. But for the time being, chotto matte kudasai means please wait a moment. So here the application or the usage of kudasai is to order something. When kudasai is used after a noun or pronoun, that is after an object, its meaning is please give me the particular object. For example, mikan no kudasai. Please give me oranges. That is, someone is purchasing, someone is at the fruit shop and he is asking the fruit seller to give him oranges. So mikan is nothing but mandarin orange. So here this is the example of purchase. Likewise, mizuo kudasai. Please give me water. So here it's a request. It may not be a purchase. It may not be. So mizuo kudasai, someone may be asking his relative to give him water. So in that case, also mizuo kudasai. So here there is no purchase, but just a request. Hono kudasai. Hon means book. You all know. Please give me that book. So again, this may be a conversation at a bookshop. And hono kudasai here, the meaning may be please give me that book. I want to take a look at that book. So here again, purchase is not yet confirmed. So the person visiting the bookshop is just requesting the bookseller to give him certain book. He wants to take a look at that book. before confirming whether he is going to purchase it or not. So in all these three cases, kudasai is used, but the actual purpose may be different. One may be purchase, one may be a request, and the other may be it's also a kind of request, but not purchase. Now, mikan no onegaishimasu. So this again means please give me oranges, and here again it means a purchase. So mikan no onegaishimasu. So you can see that mikan no kudasai and mikan onegaishimasu is also applicable. In above example, both kudasai and onegaishimasu are correct. Onegaishimasu is used in a more formal situation, that is an extra polite situation. So all these three, mikan no kudasai, mikan onegaishimasu, mizu o kudasai, mizu onegaishimasu, hono kudasai, hon onegaishimasu. So in all these examples, both kudasai and onegaishimasu are are equally valid. So next we shall see the meaning of onegaishimasu. Onegaishimasu is used for someone who is senior to you in age or in position, or with strangers, that is people whom you are meeting for the first time. While kudasai is a very generic usage and which loosely translates to please, the difference between kudasai and onegaishimasu is similar to that between san and sama. That is, the level of politeness is high in onegaishimasu than kudasai, similar to san and sama. For example, suppose you are sitting at a restaurant and having a meal, you need some salt. In this situation, it is better to use onegaishimasu to ask or request for salt to the waiter or the person available at the restaurant. Kudasai will sound bit rude in this case because you are requesting something, so you should be very polite in your behavior. So here, onegaishimasu is generally used. Shio onegaishimasu means please give me some salt. Likewise, mizu onegaishimasu. Please give me some water. Now at home, if you are requesting this to someone elderly person, so it may not be that much formal situation. So there you can say shio kudasai or mizu kudasai. Next, you call a telephone number and ask for Mr. Honda to speak to. In this situation, it will be Honda-san onegaishimasu. Honda-san onegaishimasu. Honda-san no kudasai will be wrong here. Here, it is exclusively Honda-san onegaishimasu. Kudasai is purely meant for please. Kudasai is purely meant for please give me or please do it for me. So here, no, you are not going to, you are not asking someone to give you Mr. Honda. So that's why Honda-san no kudasai will be a wrong statement. It's always Honda-san onegaishimasu. And onegaishimasu may mean both please and please give me or please do it for me. So for this situation, it's always onegaishimasu and not kudasai. Particle O is mandatory with kudasai as we have seen. Mizu o kudasai, shio o kudasai, mikan o kudasai. However, it may be omitted while using onegaishimasu. So Honda-san onegaishimasu, Honda-san o onegaishimasu, both are correct. Similarly, shio onegaishimasu, shimasu, and shio o onegaishimasu, both are correct. So these are some of the similarities and differences between kudasai and onegaishimasu. Onegaishimasu is always used for requesting a service. For example, you call a taxi on the road and you need to request the driver to drop you at the railway station. In this situation, it will be eki made onegaishimasu. Eki is the railway station. Made is the particle for uh, to, and onegaishimasu, please. So eki made onegaishimasu is the correct expression for requesting the taxi driver to take you or to drop you at the railway station. Eki made kudasai or eki o kudasai are wrong. Eki made onegaishimasu means please take me to the station. And made, as I said, is a particle that means to, until, or up to. For example, from A to B, if this is the expression from A to B in Japanese, it will be called A kara B made. So as you can see from the color combination, from is kara, to is made. We have already discussed kara in one of the earlier lessons, so you already know this particle. Made is the new particle that is introduced today in today's lesson. So a kara b made means from A to B. And this is our familiar chart for particles in Japanese. The green ones we have discussed so far: wa, ka, no, mo, o, ni, and kara. And today is made. So made is also covered, which means to or until or up to. Friends, you might also remember this slide. It was in one of the earlier lessons in which we did self-introduction in Japanese. So there we came across one expression, dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu is an expression which is used while introducing oneself to another person for the first time. And this expression is usually said at the end to convey regards to someone, and it is also a request to start the relationship or the association with that person. So dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu, together this expression gives this meaning. So here onegaishimasu is a request to start the relationship or association, and it is a request for approval and consideration by the other person in future. So here this onegaishimasu doesn't give the literal meaning that please give me something or please do some work for me, not like that, but it is just a request to start the relationship. So this is part of the expression dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. So this is another aspect of onegai shimasu. Next, again, we have a very important expression, chotto matte kudasai. So we talked about it. And chottomate kudasai means just a moment, please, or please wait a little. Here, kudasai is being used to request someone to wait a little, especially at shops when the shopkeeper is serving another customer or he is busy with some other important work. Here, it's a bit like an order or giving some direction. That is, we don't ask the person his wish, that is whether he wants to wait or not, but politely ask him to do something. So in Chottomate Kudasai, we don't ask him if he would like to wait a little or not, but we directly request him to wait. That is, he has to wait without any conditions. So this is kind of order. So this is Chottomate Kudasai. So now we are going to summarize what we have learned today. Both kudasai and onegaishimasu are used when making a request for items. Kudasai follows the object and the particle o, like mizu o kudasai, mikan o kudasai, shio o kudasai. Onegaishimasu can be replaced with kudasai when you want an object. It sounds a little more polite than using kudasai. So you can say mizu onegaishimasu. However, there are some situations when only onegaishimasu is used. For example, asking for someone over phone, requesting for a service, for example, taxi. And for making requests that involve an action, one needs to use kudasai after the te form of a verb. Onegaishimasu cannot be used in this case. Chottomate kudasai is an example. So friends, that's it for today. Hope you have understood the difference between kudasai and onegaishimasu. I shall be back soon with the next lesson. Till then, have a great time. Arigato gozaimasu. Mataimasho.